This is Michael with Ambiance, just trying to show you how to install a Pentair Rainbow Vac Mate. This Vac Mate is specifically for skimmer-only pool systems where you need to regulate suction into your pump from your vacuum and from your skimmer. If there's not a valve at the pump and there's only one suction line into the skimmer, it's really not best to run your vacuum that way. You're going to run it too fast, you're going to screw up the vacuum, you're going to cavitate the pump. So what we're trying to do is install this into a skimmer. Over here, these are the pieces that the Vac Mate comes with. You have a basket, you have a gasket that I've already put on here. That creates a seal between this basket and this plate right here. So all we're simply going to do is install this plate with the basket, just like that. I put it upside down and I go ahead and lock it into place like this. Also in this kit, you'll have a couple winterizing plugs. One will be 2-inch, one will be 1.5 inch. Those are there to plug your main drain line. Most skimmers will have two holes at the bottom of them. One is going to be for your main drain and one is going to be for your suction that goes right back to your pump. You want to plug off your main drain. Otherwise, what's going to happen as soon as you put your Vac Mate in, all the suction is going to be pulled from your main drain and it will not work. Your vacuum won't work, your skimmer won't work. I also have another plug if you don't happen to have any of these plugs. This one will work for 1.5 inch line. There's also 2-inch plugs. This is a locking bar, has a spring in here, so it's spring loaded. The idea of this locking bar is to hold your Vac Mate into place. So when your pump turns off, this would float up if you don't have this locking bar. So this skimmer over here, if you look here, it only has one plug. That's one suction line that goes directly back over to the pump, so we don't need to put any plugs in this system. I usually do some modifications. I don't really like all the other little fittings that the Vac Mate comes with. It comes with a coupler, a 90-degree fitting, and another coupler. Usually what happens is it leaks 3 different places. So what I do is I just simply cut this end off right here, or actually cut this end off right here, and I add this 45-degree creepy crawly hard fitting. And that is going to go right onto my Vac Mate. So again, yeah, I like to cut this section off and then I put this fitting right on here. And then this is very tight. You're never going to have any air leaks here. If you ever do, you'll have to replace this hose. But then I never remove this fitting right here from this hose. I just simply connect right here. It's a smoother flow going in, and now there's only really one area it could leak, which would be right here. Eventually, if you have, the hose will break down over time. So installing it, I usually have the pump off. It's kind of the best way to go. I just go and put my Vac Mate in like this. Make sure that it's got a pretty good seal going all the way around. If you look closely, you'll see that it's got a good seal going around the skimmer. Then I take my hose, put it through the throat of the skimmer, and go ahead and just connect right here. And you can see how snug that is. Then I take my locking bar, and go ahead and put it like this. And the goal for this is usually I have it set about 3.5. Every pool is different, depending on RPM, GPM, horsepower, and so forth. But your goal is to set it on this dial, and the more closed you have it, the more suction you're going to have to your vacuum. The more open you have it, the more suction you're going to have right here into the skimmer. This is a little weir that helps basically push that water down in there, and then when the pump turns off, it'll come back up, catch all the debris, so that way it doesn't re-enter the pool. But you always want to listen to your pump and go ahead and correct that dial as needed for whatever the pump needs. And that's it.